It is the 7th day of March 2017. A very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on KTN News Desk. The theme for the Devolution Conference, the 4th Annual Devolution Conference, is Tell Your Story. We'll be taking a look at that scorecard. Abiagina, who is joining us live from Naivasha, will be giving us details about the gains and failures of devolution 4 years down the line. We'll also be taking a look at it from the eyes of Kisumu residents. Rashid Ronald, our reporter on the ground, will be speaking to a number of residents to just get an understanding of what exactly they think of devolution. MRC chairperson or former chairperson Omar Mamnwazi failed to appear before the court today, but there are interesting intrigues that happened in court today. Francis Ontoma will be giving us details on the same. A very good afternoon to you. And of course, we start off with the devolution conference. Abiagina, as I mentioned earlier, will be joining us from Naivasha. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the highlights. No deal yet to unlock stalemate in doctors' pay dispute as strike continues. Integrity test for Jubilee aspirants as Uhuru says no to tainted politicians. And devolution conference begins in Naivasha, but how has devolved governance transformed your life? Good afternoon. Our sign language interpreter is William Sila, and I am Akisa Wandera. Let us begin this bulletin with an update on the doctors' strike. The Court of Appeal has once again extended until Monday the period granted to the clergy to mediate an end to the doctors' strike. A three-judge bench led by Lady Justice Martha Koome directed that recognition agreements should be signed with all the 47 governors within 5 days, while the collective bargaining agreement needs to be finalized in the next 10 days. Justice Koome, however, indicated that the court is not scheduled to hold sittings next week, but the judges would ask the president of the appeals court to constitute a special bench for Monday's hearing. We do understand that the doctors have agreed to discuss salary figures in line with the Salaries and Remuneration Commission harmonized structure for civil servants. So just what happened in court? Let us listen into what happened earlier on.
Then both parties is to ensure that those documents are completed to avoid further suffering of Kenyans. That is their obligation. The religious leaders have fulfilled their part. And we will rely on that report.
Figuratively, I would say the smoke is almost turning white, or in the process of turning white, but it hasn't quite got there. I would like to say that on the part of the applicants, represented by the first applicant, the union, they have made further major concessions on the issues surrounding the financials, which has been the most contentious issue.
I'm minded that most of the issues did not all have been agreed in the CBA, and I would request the Court of Merits to agree with us that what we need to work on first is the return to work formula. The CBA, we are giving ourselves some time, maybe even 10 days, 15 days, so that we can sit down, go through it, and have a time. That is the commitment we are getting from our clients.
This being a matter of great public interest, we are minded to grant a further mention to allow parties to continue with negotiations so as to complete the outstanding issues in the CBA and facilitate its signing. The matter will therefore be mentioned on 13 March 2017 with a view of recording a settlement. Please don't let us put this matter down and give directions for the hearing of the appeal.
Over 6,000 local and international participants are in Naivasha for the 4th annual devolution conference that has officially been opened by President Uhuru Kenyatta. The theme of that conference that is ongoing is Devolution Transforming Lives. Tell your story. Leaders are using the 4-day conference, which will be the final one as the country gears towards the August 8th polls, to reflect on the achievements gained through devolution. The 4th and final devolution conference, our business reporter and anchor, Abi Agina, is now joining us live from Naivasha. Very good afternoon to you, Abi. Thank you very much for joining us. What are some of the conversations that are ongoing in Naivasha, this being the last conference, before we get into the election?
All right. Well, many thanks, Akisa. Of course, it has been an eventful morning since now. A lot of discussions happening around economic transformation at county levels. And right now, the president has just checked in, and I'm standing by with the Nairobi governor, Dr. Evans Kidero. We'll have a quick interview with him before he goes inside to receive the president. Many thanks, Dr. Of course, tell us the significance of this conference and why should Kenyans care?
Yeah, this is the 4th devolution conference hosted by the governors. The first 2 conferences, we were just starting and we were putting our plans together. And over the last 2 years, and we are showcasing here the gains and the milestones that we've achieved in devolution, from creating businesses, health, education, and right across. I mean, how cesareans have been being now done in Mandera and Turkana, how in Nairobi we were only seeing 2,000 patients a day. Now we are seeing 20,000 patients a day. And we must remember that devolution is about affirmative action in taking development where it is required. And really, what we are seeing today, that we are actually taking development to the people.
All right. And before I let you go, Dr. Of course, a lot of expectations in terms of these coming elections, and many people will be looking to see if the pioneer governors will be making a comeback. Of course, a lot of issues around fiscal management at counties, Auditor General raising questions. Will this form part of the talking points in this
Governance
conference?
is a factor in management, and that's the reason why we have county assemblies to oversight and Senate to oversight. But you see, governance have started. Some of these projects have not even matured.
All right.
So I think for us to get the best benefit is governors would need to be given the opportunity to finish programs and projects they started.
All right, Dr. I know we'll still be engaging you further just to get more from you. And that is Dr. Evans Kidero, Akisa, just sharing with us some of the key aspects around devolution. And right now, we want to transition into the main tent where the delegates as well as the president has arrived, and let's listen in on some of what's happening from that end, Akisa.
All right, Abi, thank you very much for that. Abi Agina joining us live from Naivasha, and he says we'll definitely be bringing you some bits of what is happening there. The president has already arrived. He is at the main tent, so we'll be crossing there live. Martin and Ndati, political analyst, will also be speaking to us as we seek to analyze the scorecard for devolution. Has it transformed the lives of Kenyans, or has it been dogged by a lot of scandals like corruption? We're getting back into that. But first, let's take a short commercial break. Don't go too far. This is KTN News Desk.